Good evening. Once again the meeting with Chinese trade negotiators ended without an agreement, and Trump raised the tariffs to 25%, and the stock markets took another hit. Are we in trouble or what?
Well, according to Kudlow, Trump's chief economic advisor, said both sides will suffer. American consumers will pay more for goods and the Chinese will suffer GDP losses and so forth, from diminishing markets.
Look, Kudlow was just offering basic economics. He also said in the short term the US would have an advantage, but Trump is wrong about this tariff strategy in the long run.
Bones is right, because American companies pay the tariffs, not the Chinese, so we all know that when our companies spend more to produce anything, they will pass the costs on to the consumer. That's the way it works, and Trump can't do a fucking thing about that.
I got the impression weeks ago, that the talks were going well. Now they're, for lack of a better word, kaput.
Don't go crazy on this. Trump will meet with Xi in a couple of weeks at the G20 conference in Japan, and hopefully they will be able to sort things out.
Don't get your hopes too high. I know the Chinese very well. They have a plan? Maybe a 5-year or 10 or even 100-year plan. Just think about how they were not much of an economic power 15 or 20 years ago. Now they are number 2.
Chen, that's true. So why, when we look at the situation, don't we see what Kudlow sees, mainly that each side will suffer equally? I for one think will suffer more than the Chinese. Just look at how we had to bail out the farmers after the first round of tariffs.
Good point. Here are two of the big issues on the table when our companies want to set up shop in China. We must give them trade secrets, or create a joint partnership, where the Chinese become the major partner.
Our guys are not so stupid as to not consider the profits they make in China. China is a $600 billion market for the US, and many believe it will grow even larger.
Trump announced the first of many trade actions on Thursday. On Friday he put global tariffs on steel and aluminum, which includes China. Then China said it would impose tariffs on $3 billion of US exports to China. To me that doesn't seem like a big pushback from China.
No, it's not. To me it looks like China is playing possum. It's sort of giving in to the US like it doesn't want a full-blown trade war, sort of like in a check-raise poker game.
Chan, from the way you're talking, you believe China has some long-term strategy that our president and his negotiators have overlooked or completely never thought of. Something catastrophic, am I right?
Meg, we're talking trade war here. You make it sound like something more physical is going to occur.
Listen, Chan. I've been your friend for a long time, so something tells me that your experience in matters associated with your chosen profession is going to happen.
Bones, you are one perceptive dude. China is going to launch the first cyber attack in, my guess would be May 2020. This attack will make the Russian election interference look like the minor effort it was. It will be the first of many cyber attacks.
Chan, we know the Chinese are always hacking our corporate databases, looking for technical secrets. That's a big deal, but our major systems are well protected now.
You don't get it. This will not be a hack. This will be a cyber attack, using all the internet propaganda sites in existence, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and every site you can think of. All of them will be supporting the Democratic candidate for president, and it will be Trump's fault, because of the trade war and his refusal to believe that the Russians helped him win the election.
I'm getting nauseous just thinking about it. The Russians hacking for Trump, the Chinese hacking against Trump, while the United States tries to catch all the nefarious parties and Trump doesn't believe anything is going on.